Larian has opened a new studio in CD Projekt Red's stomping grounds, but the venerable RPG team isn't worried about the competition, and in fact has been singing the praises about the upcoming Witcher 4, expecting it to dwarf what they've been making. And on that front, all things are sounding good on Witcher 4's development, as well as it's now the largest game in development for CD Projekt Red. Something we're perhaps not quite as confident in is Dragon Age 4. Will there or won't there be a Dragon Age 4 showing at the Summer Game Fest? We might not know for sure until the event happens, but one massive game may already be tipping their hat that they will be. All of that and a little bit more in this quick rundown of some of the most interesting RPG news I could come up with on the eve of the Summer Game Fest, which will undoubtedly cause like a shit ton more RPG news, and I'll be gone that weekend, so it might be a little bit delayed from this channel. We'll start with Larian Studios. What if I told you that one of the games that Larian has been working on is codenamed Excalibur? What if I also said that when talking about this game, this codename Excalibur, Sven Vincke actually said that they're still trying to figure out what the hell the game is. Kinda on brand for Sven, isn't it? That's what we got from an interview with Games Pressure. From the sound of it, the game is still very, very early in development, like the ideation phase still, which isn't surprising since Larian is still wrapping up Baldur's Gate 3 with at least one major patch still to come that will add officially supported mod tools to the game. There's no ETA on that, but hopefully we'll get something soon. For anyone out of the loop, Larian stepped away from a Baldur's Gate 4 even though they started kicking around some ideas for it, as well as any Baldur's Gate DLCs, because they wanted to do their own thing, and essentially, they didn't have the passion or the fire to continue on with Baldur's Gate. Basically what it came down to. And they're currently working on not one, but 2 RPGs. This might be assisted by the opening of a new studio in Warsaw, Poland, their 7th studio worldwide. It's beautiful news in my opinion to hear a new studio open from a developer as competent and team focused as Larian has shown to be after their impassioned calls for how fucked up the gaming industry is with all of the damn layoffs. It will also assist with their idea of a 24-hour development cycle for their games by having studios in different time zones. The new studio in Warsaw, Poland also happens to be the same city as another giant RPG in the space, CD Projekt Red. CD Projekt Red has announced that the largest game in development at their studio right now is The Witcher 4, or Polaris. The Witcher 4, despite its name, is actually planned to be the start of a new trilogy of the series, and the game currently has over 400 developers working on it, despite still being in pre-production. This also follows the bow being tied on Cyberpunk 2077, with the team finishing up on that game to move on to other projects. Witcher 4 should move into actual production, per CD Projekt Red, in the second half of 2024. In the meantime, fans of the series got one hell of an update for the former Game of the Year and favorite RPG of many, Witcher 3, as official mod tools were released called the Red Kit. I'm no modder myself, in fact I have very limited talents, after all that's why I make YouTube videos, but the tools are so freaking robust that I'm kinda interested in just getting in there and trying to see what I could make with the tools. And it'll probably be very basic, but it still sounds pretty cool. You can pick up those official mod tools called the Red Kit anywhere you got the game. For me, it was on GOG, for you it may be Steam. You could get them anywhere, and it's free. But now we've got to move on to something that could be good or could be bad, where we just really don't know, but we should know within the next, 2 weeks. Last year, we got confirmation we'd be getting a full reveal of Dragon Age 4 in the summer of 2024. Well, the summer of 2024 is upon us, and 2 of the most likely candidates for the reveal are right around the corner on June 7th and June 9th. First is the most obvious one and probably the one that will leave fans disappointed if we don't get something substantial, including a release date, and that's the Summer Game Fest. With the loss of E3, Summer Game Fest has become a digital stand-in for big gaming announcements. Summer Game Fest itself, though, isn't just a single show, but actually a collection of shows. I've linked the schedule from Polygon down below that you're seeing on screen because it's the most helpful that I've found. The second is going to be the possibility of the PC gaming showcase, but with the game being so heavily focused on console as well as PC, I don't foresee them limiting it to a show that's primarily about PC games. Adding fuel to the fire of the rumors, Games Radar has reported that EA has confirmed attendance at the Summer Game Fest. EA, of course, is a huge publisher, one of the largest in the world, so there could be some annoying bullshit announcement about the next like loot box style card game that they threw in, some sports game that they release every single freaking year. But I think if they did that, a lot of people would be upset, especially when there is a Darkspawn size hole in the calendar and has been for years.
I've faced tyrants and would-be gods. Seen friends lose life and limb. But there's always someone bent on breaking the world. It's time for a new hero. No magic hand. No ancient prophecy. The kind of person they'll never see coming. We've got your back. I've got your back. Demons, dragons, darkspawn. Even the Dreadwolf. This is your story.
This will be a prime opportunity to reveal Dragon Age 4, as it's likely going to have the most eyes over the summer, and with BioWare wanting to make a splash with the game after so many delays, so many layoffs, and less than appetizing responses to their last two games, Andromeda and Anthem, this could be the moment to get some positive buzz around the game. Or we could get a trailer for a game that none of us actually wanted, and we all could be disappointed and sad. I think one of those two things is probably going to happen. Fingers crossed over here with some cautious optimism, because I freaking love Dragon Age, and I don't want to see it like just go down in flames. One game I do think that will have at least some presence at Summer Game Fest that might be interest to many of you is Light No Fire, as Sean Murray, the head of the studio creating the game, responded to a tweet from Jeff Keighley, the organizer of Summer Game Fest, talking about new game trailers. Light No Fire was first shown about 6 months ago in December of 2023, and it's still unclear if this will be an MMO or more of a shared world RPG, but it's enticing nonetheless. One other game that I hope we get something for, so I hope like maybe even a new trailer, is this sci-fi game that I covered in this video right here. The sci-fi game from former Mass Effect devs that was actually kind of, awkwardly introduced by Matthew McConaughey by saying, pew, pew, pew. It actually looks better than that kind of showed off. So I'm excited for that game, and I hope we get something at the Summer Game Fest.
Pew, pew, pew.